Dobra večer po drugi put. Evo, crka je net bija, tako da ja se ispričavam po pitanju toga. Evo nas dalje, tako da možemo nastaviti ono što smo trebali, onaj stream, jel? Jučerašnji, nastavi dalje sa Ace Combatom, pa smo zablesili, ma jeba, buka mi je net. Zvao sam podršku, kaže da je na cijeloj Dalmaciji da je bila greška, tako da nemam pojma šta je s time, ali eto. Ko zna koji se kurac tu dešava, brate. Vjerovatno je overload. Stranci došli i onda sjebu centralu, sjebu sve i jebat ga, brate. To ti je tako uvijek. A šta ćeš? Kaže o meni da ne znam će li biti kroz večer. Možda pukne opet, nemam pojma. Ako mi pukne opet jebi ga, onda neću ni palit večeras. Pa ćemo vidjeti. Hej, a ne znam, možda neko nosi LAN kabel, možda, ko zna, brate. Ko će to znati šta se tu dešava, brate? Ko će ga znati? Ko će ga znat? Idem se ja napit sekundu o tome odmah. Brbe. Evo me. Donija sam vodu sad ovdje pa ne treba ići gore dolu non stop. Di si restoran, brat? Dave, what's up, man? Jesi mi dobar, brat? Šta mi je taj shader speć ili šta radi? Ko je? A to mi je reshade. Malo da izoštrim sebi sliku jer neke igre zna bi malo mutne previše pa... A, dobre. A, ma reshade, aha, ma to je malo da si poboljšam grafiku još dodatno sa vanjskim programom. To stavljano u svaku igru koju može ići, jer dosta igara ili ima preisprane boje, ili nije dovoljno oštro, ili svašta nešto, tako da...
I was born downtown in our capital.
Ovaj cutscene smo gledali, evo točno sam tu stao zadnji stream, tako da kad sam igrao Ace Combat, znači Bunker Buster. Proćemo kroz briefing još jedan put. Da objasnimo čemu se radi, jel? Znači prošli stream smo uništili jedan Arsenal Bird, on je gigantski zrakoplov koji nosi dronove na sebi. I s time smo smanjili njihovo djelovanje od eruze i zauzeli smo dosta i teritorija. I sad na račun toga žele aktivirati bazu gdje se nalaze balističke rakete, jel? And have already entered the final stages of a launch. The missile silo is deep underground. To destroy it, we'll need a bomber to drop a huge penetration bomb in a precise place. Moramo bacati deep penetration bombe na to. That airspace is thick with clouds at the moment. I dosta je oblaka sad tamo trenutno, tako da s bombarderom će to biti malo jebeno. Inače bi čekali da se razvedri, ali nemamo vremena. Tako da uz bombardere idemo i mi sa lovcima. I morat ćemo letit nisko i označit ćemo bombarderima gdje moraju gađati. Pretpostavljam kružeći oko silosa. It takes a high level of airmanship to properly guide these bombs to their targets while flying a plane. Naturally, we assume the enemy has positioned anti-air artillery and air. I naravno biće protuavionaca oko bunkera. Additionally, we suffered human and material losses in the last battle. So Cyclops Squadron will sit this one out. Trigger, it's up to you to make this work with just. Dakle, idemo mi i Strider eskadrila, Imamo 46 ground meta, ok, znači morat ćemo uzeti neki multi-roll. Evo kaže, special weapon specific, this mission will be used, the special you normally use cannot be selected. Znači nećemo moći koristiti special weapons, ali uzet ćemo svakako multi-roll jet, tako da u slučaju borbe dogfight, avion, da možemo i s njima se boriti i sa metama na tlu, jel? Mogla bi se gledati neka klima sad kad se donation goal napunija. Polako, brete, imam ja još puno toga nad glavom, nosim klime. Imali su 25? Misliš su 35? Imaš su 35S. Evo ti ga. Čak sam i njega i mislio uzeti. Ali on je više za dogfight borbu. A nećemo njega na nego sutra s četvorku bi mogli. Fullbacka. On mi je dosta dobar za ovakve misije. Brz je, a ima dobar payload, tako da... Ili to ili ala ono Rafale, Gripen ili nešto tako. Čak i F-35 ne bi bio loš za ovakve situacije. F-18 isto može dobro doći. A, 10 može, ali je spor ko blat. Ma da, vrat. Vidi, kljuna, vrat. A, uzet ću sutra četvorku onda. Evo, ićemo onda sa njim. Tu su pilot, ko pilot. Side jedan do drugoga u njemu čak, to me bazi. Alright, let's hit the pit.
Strider Squadron, sortie ASAP. Aruzia only has 5 IRBM silos in total. Therefore, the enemy's made a number of fake silos to try and throw our bombers off the scent.
Dakle, tu su naši, Strider, Count, sad ne znam gdje su nam bombarderi. Aha, mi ćemo gađati, dobro. Morat ćemo ići dosta nisko sad. Ovo su cluster bombe, tako da... Ma samo mi malo jebu oblaci.
Shaking off enemy lock. 5 minutes remaining.
Čekaj, ovdje dole je silos, ali kako ćemo to pogoditi, Bog? Neće ići ovako baš. Možda trebamo thin outat malo ovaj. A viš, sad mi nije jasno, zašto ne možemo pogoditi ovo? Al... Aha, čekaj. Kako se ovo treba, šta ovo treba napraviti ovdje? Ne možemo pogoditi, ne mogu s ovim. Nisam dobro nešto napravio. Jel bolje ovaj ili World of Warplanes? Brate, to ti nema veze jedno s drugim. Sve to što ima u sebi World of izbjegavam. Čekaj, nisam nešto dobro napravio, jebem ti mater, ne mogu sem ništa napraviti, čekaj. Okej, special weapons will be used, ali koji su to special weapons, ne kužim. Ako uzmem neki drugi avion, šta će mi onda pisat da vidim? TGTP, aha. Onda čekaj. Evo sad piše TGTP. Targeting pod, to je to. Sad će to biti dobro, ja mislim. Krivi sam payloadima. Opet nije dobro. A zašto, brate? A nije se valjda izbagalo u pičku materinu, čekaj. Ne mogu nigdje kupa targeting pod jebote. Možda moram ručno. Viš, kad izaberem avion, ne mogu select SP weapon. Piše da TGTP stoji targeting pod, a nema ga niko. Koji ja avion još nisam ovdje koristio, čekaj. Mirage. A uzet ću Mirage, ajme. Ili F-18, aj F-18. Nešto šta nisam dirao još. Mirage. Evo ovako, probat ću sad. Valjda bude s F-18 radilo, sad ćemo probat, čekaj. Ma kakvi, brate? Probat ću otići do mete, ali ne vjerujem da će raditi. Ma kakvi, ne radi. Šta je sad u pičku maternu? Ajmo onda ovako napraviti. Idem probati ručno koji pad prije misije. Ovo bi mogao biti bug čak. Sad ću baš progugla sekund čak. Nisam pametan. Oh boy, this is not good. Čekaj. Zašto mi je stavljeno na privatno, čekaj. Mali koji workaround jebota, čekaj. Pa normalno, ovi subreddit je... Subreddit je stavljen na privatno, ne mogu uopće vidjeti šta ljudi pišu. I don't know what I should do. Aha, čekaj. Aha, kaže it just moves to the next stage when time is up. Silos are not... A ja sam glup ko kurac. Samo treba igrat. Ja se pripada ne mogu skinit ove kurce. Nije baš najbolje objašnjeno, ali moram samo ostati živ 5 minuti. A jebote ledi. Automatski ekipa ili nešto, nemam pojma šta je ovo, ali dobro. Glup sam kao kurac, brate. Znači samo treba ostati živ 5 minuta, navodno ako sam dobro shvatio, a? Probat ćemo to, ne? Idem uništi šta više mogu ground asset sad.
You're lined up. Get the fire instrument to a control. I need to keep the silo aligned until the bomb hits. The enemy set up anti-air weapons in multiple locations.
We need to work together to take them down. Target down and out.
Stall warning.
5 minutes remaining. Strider 1, missile launched.
Caution. Pull up. Caution. Pull up.
Targeting gun range.
Caution.
Evo tajfuni.
Missile. 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 Missile.
You're falling behind on the targets.
Missile.
Try to find the missile side.
Missile.
Circle in the center of your HUD.
Missile.
Pogodio sam ga.
Missile. Missile.
Boga, napravio sam toliki anti-stall. Odnosno post-stall manevar da mi je kamera izgličala.
This is a serious mission. So why is this Strider's account?
Missile.
Every mission.
Missile.
I'm sure he has a reason for it.
Missile.
I'll believe that when I see it.
Missile.
I'm just glad he won't be there to chew my
Missile.
ear off.
Missile. Missile.
Don't you sneak up. Enemy's got a lock. Breaking.
Miss, target's still active.
Missile. Missile.
Gdje je prošao Sam site?
Missile. 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 Missile.
Enemy has a lock on you.
Keep your cool. Prepare the
Missile.
O, Harrieri.
Missile.
trigger. Missile inbound.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Dodged it. Watch your radar.
Strider 1, missile away.
All aircraft, launch Flying fire 4 times. Triggers, blast abandoned.
Huhu.
We don't know when they'll launch. We'll be on time. The sky feels a little free today. As a Cyclops, I felt like a bird in a cage. Once this mission's over, I guess we'll be back under the company commander's thumb again. What a pain in the ass.
Mora pilot popušit, jebi ga.
Hostile has a
Aaaa.
IRBM launch. Confirmed
Zato
secure
nisam
on our
mogao
radar.
ništa, sakriveni su jebanj pas mater.
This dam.
Evo ga IRBM.
They certainly hit it well. We still have a chance. Shoot it down before it reaches critical altitude. Missiles from the remaining silos.
Za gospu blaženu. Mislim bi preblizu. Dobro.
They certainly hit it well. We still have a chance. Shoot it down before it reaches critical altitude. There'll be more missiles from the remaining silos.
Probat ćemo, daj.
Missile.
Warning, we confirmed 2 more launches. Take them out.
A, okej, dobro. Ima li Rafal, naravno. Gdje nam je raketa jebote? Aha, evo ih vam.
The target will soon reach critical altitude. Multiple additional launches confirmed. There's 3 of them.
Does anybody have eyes on it?
The target will soon reach critical altitude.
Jaeger, got one behind you.
A zašto baš Rafal? Da nije možda zato što Hrvati kupuju Rafal, ako je to jedini avion na svijetu. Opet taj balkanski sindrom. Nemoj, molim te, vrati.
Target will soon reach critical altitude. The target will soon reach critical altitude. Slowing down connect. The target is about to reach critical altitude.
I'm trying.
All of the missiles have been destroyed.
Yes!
That was cutting it pretty close. I was starting to get a little nervous.
You're telling me you had us running up here. There wasn't even anything we could do about it. Glad we were partnered with you on this operation.
That went about as expected. Be sure to include in the report how much ass I kicked while off the company commander's leash. Roger that, and I'll be sure to include all the crap you said about Reisman, too.
Dobro. Ja sam krivo skroz skužio, Letit će mi iznad glave uskoro doslovno pa da ga vidim iz ove perspektive.
We have successfully prevented an enemy ballistic missile attack. Strider Squadron, you did very well without your unit commander. We are now preparing for the final stage of our long-range
Opa,
operation.
seizing the capital.
Seizing the capital.
Mislim da sad napadamo Farbanti, ali... Yo, Polski. Hey, sorry Polski for the sudden break of the stream. Ho, evo i medaljica lagano. My fucking internet died. Ja mislim da je sad Farbanti, ali nisam siguran. Nije Cape Rainy Assault. Ili je, možda nisam
Loss of an
siguran.
arsenal bird, followed by the destruction of their ballistic missile base. Russia is running out of ways to counter. This is a great opportunity for the Osean army to bolster our power.
What do you mean you were
to eventually
crying?
take down the Erusian capital of Farbanti. The special long-range strategy is entering its final phase.
Aha,
Our objective is to attack and capture the Erusian Air
moramo
Force
napast
base in
njihovu
Cape
zračnu
Rainy
bazu.
in northern Erusia. This important base is at the forefront of our strategy to establish control of Farbanti. Under the cover of night, our
po
plan is
noći.
that all squadrons will invade from the valley to the south.
Pogledaj
and
odakle
mount an air
ulazimo.
assault on the area. The enemy's observation field has eyes on the skies above the valley, so your altitude will
Ne
need to
smijemo
be
ići.
restricted.
Ne smijemo izlaziti iz
If you
ovoga.
go over a certain altitude,
Klanci.
the enemy could spot you.
Mission
ending the mission
failure
in
ako izađemo iz klanca.
Keep that in mind. Once you arrive, you are to take out the enemy's air defense forces as soon as possible and prepare for the support squadrons. When the air defense forces are
Why were you crying,
the
dude? What
helicopter
happened?
squadron should arrive carrying Marines.
Ok, znači
Plan
mi
is to keep
čistimo
control of the base.
bazu i onda dolaze marinci sa helikopterima za zauzet dole. Šta je ostalo? Alright, sounds good. Dobro, uzet ćemo nekoga, mogli bi lovca čak uzeti nekoga sada. Imamo 15 air targetsa, 8 ground targetsa i 3 naval targetsa. S obzirom da se radi onda, vjerojatno će biti dogfighta. Evo ti Rafal. Koga je tražio? You're just tired of your life. We all are tired of our lives, but we gotta keep going, brother, man. Dassault Rafale. Francuz. To ti je Rafale. A ovo je, ako se ne varam, Mirage, ovo je bilo prije Rafala. Mirage 2000. E sad šta bi ja mogao uzeti? Ovo je Black Widow. F-35. Mogao bi, hoću Raptora uzeti, jebat. Ovo je prejak avion. Raptor je baš jedan od najjačih aviona u igri, ono. Ovo me stvarno ne može stati na kraju, ono. Šta ima još? F-18, F-16, F-15, F-14. Ovu smo operirali bili, ja mislim prošli live kad smo bazu napadali sa njim. That's why I still didn't give up and I don't want to give up. I think I will go to sleep, my phone is almost dead and the headphones still no electricity. Ma i u stvarnosti, da. Alright man. Go get some rest, dude. And if I can cheer you up, you can just stop by my stream whenever I'm live, man. Don't worry about it. We'll pull through. Šta bi mogao uzeti? Miga možda, a? Ali super, fulkroma. Samo da ga nađem, gdje je, čekaj. Evo ga. MiG-35. On mi se sviđa. Šta još ima da je? F2 Super Kai. Super, sedmicu mogu uzeti. Isto prejak avion. Ovo je bolesno jako. Yeah, thank you very much, man. Have a good one. Aj sutra sedmica, malo, Terminator. Jedan jedini postoji na svijetu, prototip. Du. Jesi čuo što planirao da uvedu da države koje su članice NATO-a neće smjeti imati ruske avione u svojim jedinicama? Nemam pojma, brate. Nisam to toliko ispratio. Ja ne vjerujem da će to proći jer neke... moramo napuniti gorivo prvo. Sad je malo mračno. Hvala, što je dobro unutra, brate. Oho, di si Vanja? Tama na vrijeme, brate. Sutri sedmica, brate, nastupa. Pozdrav, Robi. Moramo biti ispod 600, ja mislim, metara. Ovo će biti malo jebeno za izmanevrirat. Spotlight. A ne, super, 7 je stop guna, ja mislim. Ne smijemo vidjeti spotlight. A, misliš misija? Da, je, oprosti. Ne. Dobro. Ajme, meni prolaza ovdje, morat ćemo malo se popet iznad.
Caution.
You passed waypoint 3. You're coming up on the base. Imposing radio silence.
Dobro, radio silence.
Won't be able to talk again until you're over the base. Continue to keep an eye on your altitude. There are plenty of dark spots that can sneak up on you.
Caution. Pull up. Caution. Pull up. Caution. Caution. Pull up. Caution. Caution. Pull up. Caution.
Drži brzinu, sam da ga u stol ne uvali, inače se najeba.
Caution. Pull up.
Ajme, meni majko moja mila.
You just passed through waypoint 4. Radio silence has been lifted.
To je to.
You're almost at the base.
We made it. That was quite the roller coaster ride.
Visual confirmation on the airbase.
Može, Vanja.
Commence the attack.
Commence attack, wake up call, idemo.
The longer it takes, the worse off we'll be. Hurry up, finish him off.
All right, give the beating.
Target destroyed.
Što se dobro vidi sad po noći, vrata eksplozija.
Enemies are attacking! The hell did they come from?
Locked on target.
Spider 3, Fox 2.
To mi reci.
Keep up the attack. The sooner we finish this thing, the better.
Isuse, koje dobre scene, brate. Evo i naši dolaze.
Roger that. If the enemy is still present in large numbers, our ground forces are fine. Mission will be a failure. Go help our allies.
Your jokes haven't gotten any better. Well done.
Missile. Missile.
Moramo in thin out defense. Prebrzo sam u gasu letija, jebem ti. Biće ovo jebeno.
Reach destination. Commence the attack. It's time for the wake-up call. The longer it takes, the worse off we'll be. Hurry up, finish him off.
All right, give the beating.
Vehicle eliminated.
Strider 4, Fox 2.
It's launched. Strider 1, target acquired.
Enemies are attacking!
Keep up the attack. The sooner we finish this thing, the better.
Landing now.
Roger that. If the enemy is still present in large numbers, our ground forces are fine. Mission will be failure.
Isusa ti kao sad, druže.
Enemy fighters down.
I feel their pain, I really do.
Smo clear.
This is war.
To mi reci. Gdje kako se otvori ovo? Kako ovaj targeting modul za machine gun predobar, vrat. Ima tracking u sebi, to je dobro. Dobro, naši sljedeću. Mi ćemo maintain low attitude, low speed. Ma su ovo padobranci, jebate, šta je ovo? Aha, evo ih. Jebote, koji kaos može napraviti s ovim. Kako sam ga zadriftao, svidi ovo, bravo. Stolat ću ga. Evo ga, ne. Prespor sam je, benti. Jebote, se vidi ovo, vidi ovo. Čekaj. Moram ubrzati malo. Ja mislim ako... Čekaj, kako sam ono napraviti sad? Sad ne mogu, jebem. Oni kliraju dole hangare. Oh.
All prisoners of war will be treated in accordance with international law. We've even brought pizza.
Looks like they can shred those wills.
I'm already getting an earful from the men over the needless paperwork.
No joke.
Okay, go ahead and begin your approach.
Dobar mi je dijalog između likova. Mi se idemo... A, možemo landati ovdje, pazi. Roger. Čak koji runway gađamo, nešto svjetljenje, dobro. Ovo je bilo malo rough, ali dobre. Sad nekom produži prema hangaru. Dobra je bila ova night misija, sviđa mi se. Ja mislim da je sad Farbanti, ali...
Excellent work on the night raid. Submarines have arrived from the Ocean mainland and are refueling.
Evo, stigle su nam i
This
podmornice.
base will serve as a frontline platform
Je
for our
frontline
mission
platforma
to take
za
Farbanti.
napad na Farbanti.
We're
Ja.
almost at the end of this operation.
Sad ćemo vidjeti. Opa.
Mihai's second sortie was designed to calculate how his physiology changed under the stress of combat. My job was to compare his performance as a pilot now to when he was younger and understand how his skills evolved. To tell you the truth, I'm not sure I wanted to know the answers anymore. For a man his age, Mihai's body was unbelievably resilient, remarkably flexible. His reflexes were as sharp as they ever were. Still, after all those years of flying in the outer layers of the atmosphere, even someone as strong as Mihai wasn't immune to the effects of the strain. The human body is fragile. It was not meant to handle the excessive amounts of radiation that constantly bombarded the stratosphere. For Mihai's second sortie, we used a flight suit that was still untested. He seemed fine on takeoff, but by the time he landed back at the base, it was clearly a mess. He got caught in a surprise dogfight with an especially stubborn enemy. It took a while for Mihai to bring him down.
Suspend mission.
The suit was ineffective. According to the data, it wouldn't let him fly to his full potential. A new flight suit was made to my exact specifications. When it finally arrived, Mihai's granddaughters glared at me with their disapproval. They blamed me for the pain their grandfather had to keep enduring.
Sve šta flepovi skaču i
But
radar
Mihai remained stoic. He
na
wasn't the type of man
simulatoru.
who cared about anything that happened here on the ground. I wasn't worried about it.
Ovo je njegov
I was
Su-30,
confident the
ja
new
mislim.
suit would protect him thoroughly so that he could maneuver his plane any way he wanted. The moment he took off in his new flight suit, I realized what I had failed to before. Right after takeoff, as the wheels retracted, the plane suddenly arced.
Sirašid, odlično, dragi.
It accelerated so quickly. I had never seen a plane move like that before. Mihai hit the high G's multiple times before disappearing into the blue. The support team couldn't even keep up. And then I knew. I understood why he never seemed to care about restoring his stolen country back to its former glory, and why he didn't seem to care about anything that happened here on the ground. Of course, Mihai's kingdom was the sky.
Zvučni zid. Battle for Farbanti.
The operation to capture Erusia's capital, Farbanti, is beginning. This is the culmination of our work. We need to capture the Erusian forces' general headquarters in the south of Farbanti and end this war. The plan is for ground troops to attack Farbanti from both
To su
the
strašne
east
G
and
sile,
north,
Vanja.
and a task fleet will attack from the southwest.
Ovo je glavni
We
grad
will
Eruze.
secure air superiority over the capital, while providing air support for our allies on the ground and in the water as required. By all accounts, we expect this to be an intense, full-scale battle.
Full-scale
across
battle, land, sea, and air.
Should you need to replenish your
Osti,
ammunition or
gospe.
make necessary repairs
Imat ćemo
to
i
the
resupply
craft,
liniju.
a return line has been set up in the north. During this operation, we will also be tasked with having to destroy the communications satellites that
Morat
Erusia
ćemo i
has.
satelite
If we
uništavati.
take down the information
Odakle
communication
bu?
system that we believe they have control over,
To su naši
it should
sateliti koje su
plunge
Eruzijanci
Erusia into
hakirali.
chaos. Once the capital falls, the Erusian military will be isolated and thrown into chaos, making it easier for us to end the war. However, that can't happen until after the capital falls, so you guys are the stars of this battle. Erusia will fight like a tiger, but we cannot lose. We must seize the capital and end this war.
Ovo je i air i ground, ovo nam treba multi-roll onda, pod hitno. Znači ima i ground targeta, i air to aira, i brodova, i gripa mi dolazi. A ovo je bit će bitka i na moru dolazi s njima. Ok, let's see. Multi-roll. Multi-roll. Neki dobar. MiG-35. Ovo je Maverickov od Pete Mitchella avion. Čak i piše sa strane. A ne, ovo nisu oznake sad, ovo su naše oznake od triggera. Uglavnom sa strane piše Captain, Pete Mitchell, Maverick. Evo iz filma Super 7. Pa eto, za nekoj vole, jel? Ima i Darkstar iz filma. Šta bi mi mogli uzeti? Su-30, SM. Miha je imao ovoga. MiG-29. Gripen, oni imaju Gripene. Rafale. F-35 bi mogao. E sad, pošto se radi o ground metama... Ajmo ovako. Pa piše TGM, da. 5th Generation Fighter, Ajmo ovako, krenit ćemo sa AGM raketama. Pa kad malo onesposobimo dole na tlu metu, onda ćemo se vratiti u resupply po air-to-air raket.
Strider Squadron, proceed to runway. Sortie ASAP.
Well, time to fuck up Farbanti. Ovo je drugi put da je Ruze su zauzeli Farbanti, ima još jedan ace combat, di se isto boriš u Farbantiju. Ej, formacije bolesne, braj. Čekaj, ja njih ni ne vidim, jebote. A ovo će biti onda ovakav kombat, očito. Neko me na guzici non stop. Da malo pomognemo Cyclops unitu, evo sutra sedmice. Oni imaju fulkrome.
Missile. Missile.
On its back.
Missile.
They have a lock on me.
Missile. 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 Missile.
O, vidi sutra sedmica.
Missile inbound. Evade. He needs more air support. Cyclops 2.
U jebote, udrećemo jedan na drugoga, bog te.
Operation nearly complete. Just need to see it through.
Understood.
Understood.
All right.
Understood.
Right in that hit.
Let me slide in on that tail.
Enemy has a lock on you.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Uuu. Kome skinija?
Caution.
This is sure to bring an end to the war.
He, moja desetke.
Forces are heading for 2 separate combat zones. We need to split our forces in 2 and meet both threats at once.
Trigger, head for either area. Cyclops will take care of the other one.
Stall warning.
Talk to me, goose. Ajme, vidi ground meta sada lipi.
Strider 1, target acquired.
See ya!
Okay, Trigger. Mark is all yours.
Missile.
We can't let the enemy take the lead.
Missile.
Roger. The mark will be secured. You'll see a big shot clear the way.
Low morale is our real issue right now.
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
Boy, am I glad.
HQ, we're falling back. We don't stand a chance against our air support. Stand your ground.
Enemy reinforcements on radar. Take him out.
Ah, fuck, stola sam ga. Ah!
Longer this drags on, the greater our losses. Roger that. Keep an eye on your radar. All it takes is one
Force to return for resupply.
Missile.
enemy has a lock on you, Strider 1.
Missile.
Drive the enemy back.
Stall warning.
Missile launched.
Taman je na falsije.
Target was not struck.
Vidi ovaj potopljeni dio grada iz prošle borbe. Iz prošlog rata. Kad se ide leć, kad se odradi svoj posao?
Stall warning.
Locked on. This one's a goner.
Vidi kako mječe na guzici.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Ajme što su okretni ovi, brate. Op, pogodio sam ga jedno. Zamislio sam ga pogodio u PSM-u, braju. Ne znam ni sam kako sam sad izveo ovo. Pogodio sam ga, ajde, zdravo prijatelju. Kakva je ovdje situacija? Ajmo pomoć njima na moru malo. O, bog te, pa možeš rušiti zgrade ovdje, haha, i na meni pazi bog. Još se zabiti u ovo.
That area's all yours, Strider. Back up one squadron at the Silver Bridge.
Ammunition 0.
Don't let down your guard. The enemy will find you.
Stall warning.
Jebote le, od čega je ovi, od cukra je?
Locked on.
Stall warning.
Keep sending the enemy forces to their watery graves.
It's easy to lose an enemy on the verge of defeat.
Missile.
Let's finish things up.
Missile.
That's a lot.
Missile. Caution. Stall warning. Stall warning. Stall warning.
Target is hit.
How come we're the only ones losing tanks out there? Where's our air support? Kind of the entire battle chain. That wing showed up.
Strike still ahead. Bring luck now on our side.
Ammunition 0. Ammunition 0.
Ups, nemamo više ovih spek raketa.
We've lost 30% of our fleet. Complete our mission given these circumstances. time we finished up here and helped
Missile.
other allies in trouble.
Only try to target half the enemy. Just keep your focus. Take one down and move on to the next.
Everyone's requesting backup. I'll take forever to get here.
Nemamo baš municije, mora da se odem refillat, a? Kakva je situacija? Amo čao po refill, brzinski.
Missile. 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 Missile.
I'm being targeted from the ground facility. Taking fire!
Missile.
The enemy has a new AA defense system in the AO.
Ammunition
The enemy's
0.
bound to put up quite a fight to defend this last fortress.
MiG-21 raspali. Treba nam raketa jedan.
Strider 1, this is Control Tower. Make your landing check. Too fast. Lower airspeed. Bank right. You're past the guidance limit. Make a visual landing. Strider 1, this is Control Tower. The runway is clear.
Alright boys, let's fuck them up.
Tear down that barricade.
Stall warning.
Strider 1, target acquired.
Escaping mark. Breaking away.
Target destroyed.
Missile. Missile.
Strider 4,
Missile.
Strider 1.
Molim?
Stall warning. Missile. Missile.
Jebote, čega su ovi
Missile.
siwisi?
Missile. 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 Stall warning. Stall warning.
That missile was gonna hit anything?
Ammunition zero.
Hostile vessel destroyed.
Ships left for organized combat.
Strider 1, target destroyed. Warship should be able to finish him off.
Cyclops 3, missile incoming.
Stall warning.
Jo, Rafal.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Pushing forward. That break will be ours.
Stall warning.
1 minute remaining.
Let me slide in on that tan.
Breaking to escape log.
Ja, šalim se, nema Rafala više.
Right between the buildings.
Gdje si pošao? Ti bi se zajebao, jel?
Put your giant beam at enemy ship.
Evading.
30 seconds remaining.
Stall warning. Stall warning.
Quick hit and run.
Stall warning. Stall warning.
Think that and miss.
Stall warning.
They have a lock on you. Shake
Stall
'em.
warning.
Do not let them through. Watch two.
Stall warning.
Missile away.
Ajde, jebem li ti majku, Frank.
Ours. Operation to eliminate all enemy satellites also underway.
Missile.
All going according to plan.
Missile.
The end of the war is in sight. Think of
Missile.
something you'd like to eat, guys? 'Cause
Missile.
I'm buying.
Roger that.
Missile.
Man, don't
Missile.
jinx us.
Missile.
You're right. New bogies. No, 5 SU-30s inbound.
It's Mr. X.
5 Su-30 ki dolazi. Asti, boga je boga. Mr. X. Ah, Sol Squadron.
Yes, it. We just lost ship 3 and 4. We're taking heavy damage. It's like this monster is toying with us out there. We've got to do something.
Bude i bog,
SSG.
sam, mazi.
We have an emergency order from Mission Command.
Bring down Mr. X. Ovo je boss, ja mislim. Splash 1.
Missile.
Splash 2. Jebote, moga bi ja platit.
Stall warning. Missile. Stall warning. Caution alert. Stall warning.
Missile away. Bon voyage.
Stall warning.
Target is hit.
Jebem ti majko, Milo, koliko još imaš health?
Behind my target.
Stall warning. Stall warning. Stall warning.
Je, kako me hoće u stol dovesti.
Bandit right behind me. Target acquired. Missile located.
Neću ga moći ovdje prenisko leti.
You're quite the entertainer, but the show's over with this next shot. Weissman, missile closing. I'll keep him on me. Just a bit longer. Shit. Cyclops 1 is down. Weissman down. Eject already, Weissman. I'm sorry, Count. This plane exploded. Weissman, stay strong. We're not
Stall
done
warning.
here. Cyclops 2, you got the lead. Weissman, shit. Negative, Cyclops 2, you're the lead. I can't do it. Trigger's the commander. The duty is yours. It's impossible. Do it. Cyclops 4, form an element. We need our
Ne da se smrdo.
take out that bastard.
Luku count.
You're holding your own out there. Strider 1, missile launched. Target acquired. Get Mr. X, Trigger. Shoot it down, Trigger. You can do it. You're the only one who can. My radar suddenly turned off. Why didn't it respond? My data won't update. Damn it. What was that?
Lost radar contact. What's up?
Look at the sky. Towards the sun.
What is that?
A star? No. Maybe an explosion?
This is Soul Squadron. Head home. It's not safe to stick around here if we lose our base. Listen up. We've just lost our real-time connection with Mission Command. It's not just Mission Command. I'm not getting any response from outside our LOS. Brabant's now under OCN control. The operation was a success. We didn't get the orders that should have come after the operational success.
Stall
Guiding
warning.
to the scheduled airport. All aircraft, leave this airspace immediately.
Negative. They've got a debt to pay.
Count, we all feel the same way.
Shit.
So Weissman died for nothing.
Dirhin, evo. Eto me odmah.
This is a peacekeeping force forward base near Erusian territory. Other Allied aircraft have probably been forced to make emergency landings at other airfields. We don't know much. The mission to capture the capital is nearly complete. but we unfortunately have no intel. The enemy communication satellites are down, and we have confirmed the deaths of several Erusian leaders. But our enemy was smart. They had a similar plan. Our own communication systems were destroyed at approximately the same time. We have no idea when or if they'll come back online. Stand by for further details.
Šta kaže gospoda ovdje? Nisam ga uspio ni srušiti na kraju. Što je vruće. Jedan onaj kome u sobi kao i meni. Ja ću od ovog pustog znojenja opet početi gubi kila. Već vidim. Silver Marksman. Sam ih poskida ko govna jebate.
As far as the chaos we find ourselves in these days, it's difficult to say which side pulled the trigger first. Erusia deployed an automatic intercept system with drones. Osea implemented long-range attacks to bypass them. So Erusia decided to sabotage Osea's communications and navigation technology. Erusia couldn't launch a satellite themselves, but they were still able to hack the software of the Osean transmission and navigation systems. Before Osea even noticed, half of their satellites were hijacked. That's when things got ugly. In an attempt to knock out each other's capabilities, both forces launched fighters loaded with anti-satellite missiles at the same time. Only military satellites were targeted. However, their destruction created a debris field in orbit, which wiped out scores of other satellites, both private and government-owned. What kept the world relatively sane up to that point had been free-flowing data and information. But now, those were gone. All that remained was chaos.
Ako se ne varam, ovo sateliti padaju.
Government and civilian broadcasts and transmissions were cut off. The flow of information had ceased. Forces on both sides of the conflict now found themselves unable to communicate with their superiors.
Satellite missiles.
Many of the smaller countries annexed by Erusia and yearning for their independence seized the opportunity and started their own uprisings. As for why some of Osea's military decided to break off from the main force and continue on their own, I have no idea. Perhaps there was some sort of dispute over the chain of command. The continent that had once seen wars that were only fought between Osea and Erusia was now full of numerous conflicts between rival leaders vying for power. Insurgencies were everywhere. I even heard a rumor that a group of Osean convicts had rebelled. Rumors. It never ceased to amaze me that even at a crazy time like this, something as trivial as a rumor could find its way here. Communications from corporate were cut off. Apparently, the entire computer network was down. It was a wise decision to make our drones autonomous with AI instead of being radio controlled.
Dronove kontrolira umjetna inteligencija. Nisu preko radio veze. Čak i sa GPS-om koji je offline, koristeći senzore mogu raditi kako treba.
Following their mission orders to the letter. I wish I could upload Mihai's new data to them. But without a connection, I can't upload the software to the active drones. The new ones we're making, though, there should still be enough time to upgrade those before they're activated. I'll be taking the data I've acquired away from the front lines now. Oh, and I'll be taking the girls, too. I told my assistant Masa it was time to get Mihai's granddaughters ready to leave here. She's not much older than the girls, but she has a way about her
Već je počela drama oko robota, Vanja. Terminator više nije toliko nemoguć.
I saw a plane flying off in the distance. I imagine it was looking for a safer place. The plane had a rose emblem on it.
Russia's communication networks have been down since their satellites were destroyed. Unfortunately, we are experiencing trouble too. All of Eurasia has been affected, and we don't know when things will be back up and running. We're not even sure if this is Erusia's doing.
Neko je previše gleda filmove, brate, i želi radi
the
sranje.
strategy that was originally planned and move on to the next operation after liberating Farbanti.
A šta ako ne budeš ima izbora više, brate?
Since the war began, we've been receiving communications in secret from an officer in the Erusian army.
With the capital under our control, Erusia's radical element is losing support quickly, affecting the balance of power.
HQ is thinking of using the military officer as a way to gain leverage to settle peace negotiations. The officer is currently hiding in the outskirts of Anchorhead Bay, having joined up with support dispatch from the Ocean Army. The plan is that they'll take a standard vehicle to a rendezvous point at a harbor in the east part of the
Upravo
city,
tu i leži
where a
problem.
helicopter will be
U
waiting.
nadi, brate. Džabe ti se nadat.
I would like the new Strider squadron to provide escort for the officer. Cyclops will
Potreban
remain
je
at the base on
ustanak
standby to serve as defense.
globalnih razmjera da bi se
With the
nešto napravilo.
communication network currently down in the capital, I very much doubt Erusia will be able to mount a regimented counterattack. However, it is likely that Erusia's intelligence department and the remaining forces who are aware of the officer's movements will interfere. Keep a close eye on the officer and make sure he stays safe. Our victory in Farbanti has given us a golden opportunity to finally end this war. Be safe out there.
Take note that our satellite-based IFF has become unreliable following the recent
Ha,
communications
ako je
failure.
narod kriv, kako onda očekuješ, od koga
As
očekuješ da
such,
će napraviti
target
ustanak?
ID will be done by processing the images from the infrared cameras on your aircraft. Objects will initially appear as unknown on your HUDs, but will be ID'd once you close in on them for a set period of time.
Ja mislim da smo mi čak i posljedna generacija, brate. Prije nego šta dođe do ono apokalipse ili bilo čega, brate. Ja mislim da za 50-60 godina neće uopće ni postojati više ništa. Nije ovo zadnja misija. Ja mislim da za 50-60 godina da neće više nikoga biti, brate. Ostaće možda koja milja ljudi, to je to. No. 1, 2, 3, ne znam. To će vjerojatno biti najbogatiji ljudi, ne znam šta će biti na zemlji, na površini. Roboti će vjerojatno kontrolirati 99% zemlje. I oni će biti pod kontrolom tih bogatuna i to ti to, brate. Tako da uživajte u životu dok možete, iskoristite ga maksimalno i to je to. Ha, znam, brate, ali kome se zalomi da dobije dijete i ostalo, jebika, treba to izvući najbolje iz toga, jebika. Ali nove generacije su s ranjima velikim, da. Znači, nove generacije... Ne znam, brate, ne znam šta ti reći. Nikako mi se to ne sviđa. Mislim da će oni, da te i najnovije generacije ako dožive 40-50 godina u miru, bit će dobro, brate. Sve poslije toga, ne znam, brate. Ne znam, stvarno ne znam šta bi rekao. Budućnost više nije sigurna, to je 100%. It is not safe anymore. I dan danas nesigurnost kreće od ulice, a kamoli šta će dalje tu eskalirati, jel? Ne znam, brate. Do prije nekoliko godina moga si reći da će biti sve to ok, međutim više to nije moguće. Budućnost jednostavno više nije sigurna. I šanse su prešle 50% da će biti velikih sranja do tih razmjera da će jednostavno ljudi, malo je reći masovno ginut, umirat, nebitno. Mislim da je ovo jedan od onih masno dugih početaka istrebljenja same ljudske rase. Sami sebe ćemo uništiti, to je to, brate. Ha da, kuriš. I don't know what's gonna happen. Doslovno. Kako je dramatično stala i muzika i sve, brate, i u igri dok sad pričamo o ovome. Treba bi, da, za išta postići sada treba bi se ujediniti narod s cijelog svijeta protiv jednog cilja. Tek onda možemo pričati o nečemu. Sve je stalo, vrati, čim smo počeli pričati o ovome. A boga mi, brate. Ne znam s čim se suočavamo trenutno. Uzet ću air to air missile, ali nisam siguran će li to biti dovoljno.
Strider Squadron, you're cleared to taxi.
To the unidentified Osean craft, this is Captain Carl of the Osean Army. Are you here for the escort? You're not the squadron I was expecting. Are you really friendlies? Over.
This is Longcaster. Airborne warning and control system for the Osean long-range strategic strike group.
Jebate koji zvuk auta, brate.
And those two pilots we've heard about must be here too.
Okay, I hope you're right.
Au, ovo je po noći.
All of these really unknowns? It's a state of civil war.
Ajme, meni neće ovo ići ovako. Cyberpunk, pa Cyberpunk isto više nije nemoguće, brate. Ja ću odigrat Cyberpunk opet u 9. mjesec. I to, sve te igre mi počinju još više značiti. Jer jednostavno počinju biti odraz budućnosti ili sadašnjosti. Koji ćemo avion uzeti, jebo majku? Pa Kojima ti je predvidija puno toga, brate, već u... Uzmem P7, ali nemam dobre bombarderske mogućnosti sa njim, brate. Imam land attack cruise missile, ne znam koliko će mi to pomoći. On je brzi sve, ali mi treba nešto... Hoćemo MIG-a uzeti, super fulcroma. Evo ima 4A, aj eto MIG. Ima dobre dobar payload. Može MIG, evo. Super fulcrum i...
Strider Squadron, you're cleared to taxi.
Treba mi ground missile. Mogućnost je biga. Raptor, pa Raptora planiram sad uskoro krenit koristiti. Samo da pogledam ovu scenu još jedan put, genijalno je, brate. Čuj zvuk auta, druže. Evo ova scena, gledaj ovo, brate.
Okay, I hope you're right.
Odlično.
Lancaster, are all of these really unknowns?
It's a state of civil war. The Erusian army is fighting itself. There's no guarantee the Oseans won't shoot us in this confusion.
Hold up.
We'll let us process the unknowns confidently to identify friend and foe. Process them faster if you get closer to one center edge.
Meanwhile, just run if they shoot us.
Affirmative. Identify your target before you fire.
A, moramo identificirati mete prije nego što počnemo put, za ne bi civile ubili, jebeni. Ovo su naši. Nemamo radarsku podršku, jebemo mater, moramo close identification raditi. Su ovo naši? Jesu? Molim te, budi naš. Dobar.
Entering the Anchorhead Bay area. Buildings will block your line of sight. Make sure you keep track of your objective.
I'm counting on you.
Understood.
Ups. Nisam ga identificirao, izgleda više sreća nego pameti. Ovo su naši, dobro je. Nema, ima Evax je tu, ali moramo na blizinu doći za identifikaciju, nemamo radar. Mislim, imam radar, ali na close radi. Satelit ne radi. Moramo štititi njega dole, Labartea. Zašto oni mene gađaju? Izgleda da ni oni ne kuže ovaj. A čiji ste vi? Aha, evo ih. Ola, ništa se ne vidi, druže, od kiše. Ovo su njihovi. Je, po noći je baš jebeno, brat. A možeš svoga razniti ovdje, da. Zato trebam ident radit. Naši. Ajme, šta ovo je zajebano? Ajme meni koliko ih je, brate. Što se ne mogu sporiti. Moram prestati raditi ove dive-ove jebene. I can't see anything. Fuck. Ovo je baš zajebano, druže. Uosti si vidio ovo kad dođeš blizu, blizu vode kako radi, od žeta, oni efekt. Sudja od afterburnera kako ostane predobro, vrat. Ne znam šta je sa Striderom, jer se oni drže dobro protiv neprijateljskih lovaca. Čekaj, di on reka da mora doći tamo, Ovo bi mogli biti naši, ne pucajmo. Naš. Au. Odakle ovo doletilo? Odavde negdje? Ovo su naši ovdje, pa šta me jebu onda odakle? Ovo moga bi neprijateljski. Mislim da su ušli Helić. Da, jesu, dobro. Multiple unidentified aircraft. Ko je sad jebo majku?
This plane is carrying civilians. We have escort fighters, but we do not intend to engage in combat. Please stand down.
What's going on?
Try to get a little closer. Weapon use is prohibited.
Nema korištenja oružja. Nema korištenja oružja još uvijek. Samo sad dobro pazite šta ćete sad napraviti, ima ih na lokonu. Naravno. Negative, why?
They could be Ocean fighters. ID them ASAP.
Shit. That's all we can do.
Ma jesu kurac jebo majku, oseanci daj, bogati skidaj iz zraka. Njih ne smijemo. Vidi. YF-23. Ovo su zvijeri od aviona. Pa pogledaj ovo šta mi radi. Ne mogu ga pratit, bog te. Daj se smiri, jebem ti mater. O, mamut je, prš! Gdje je lik? Ovo je iza mene. Uf! Znači C1 ne diramo. To su civili. A i nešto ih. Evo dronovi jebeni. Vidi što rade. Au, pičku materinu. Jel ostaje još neko živo ovdje? Ko vidi nije. Što se mene tiče možemo komandnu formaciju se ovali, brate. Warning. Oh. Ima vas još dakle. Got him. I'll target them.
Understood. All hostiles have been eliminated. Nice. General's helicopters flying safely outside Anchorhead Bay.
Ekstraktali smo generala, spasili civilni aircraft. I call that a mission accomplished, boy.
General, the Ocean aircraft is here to pick us up. The approaching Ocean aircraft.
Losing his army? Elaborate. They stole our sealed orders. It should be a piece of cake.
Are you sent by the General staff?
Op.
No, we'd like you to send... I can't!
There are 3 scratches.
What does that mean?
The tail of that plane.
What in the fuck just happened?
Broadcaster, are all of these really on...
Pa koji je vratio raketu nazad? Opa. Sjako je debrief dobar.
In order to respond to the attack on the base, Cyclops has scrambled after being on standby. We'll head up too once our planes are ready. Oh, and Labarth is dead.
Ha, digli su ga u
What
zrak.
did you say? Apparently, he was shot down by another Ocean aircraft after he left the area of operations. I mean, I know it was chaos, but still. At any rate, the sealed order operation has come to a close. We have no idea about a plan for going forward.
All we can do for now is watch our own backs.
What's up with the commander?
He's staying in his room. He's still alive, since we can hear him crying.
Ko je digala Bartea, brate, Oseanci, a to su naši.
The island we went to was supposed to have been secured by the ground forces. They hadn't gotten a handle on things by the time we got there, so now we were stuck in the middle of a half-assed campaign. My job was to get the planes ready for combat, making repairs and handing them over to our troop of cons. Thing is, the enemy still had the hangars. The comms were still down, so none of us knew what the hell was going on. The last transmission I heard before everything went to shit was that some prisoners from an Ocean military penal unit rioted and managed to escape. They stole some jets and now they were flying around, taking out their former allies left and right. I wonder if any units like ours were out here, creeping around. Hearing the Ocean jets firing at each other overhead chipped away at morale. Since the radio was out, it was quiet. I liked it better that way. All I heard was the gunfire. Here we were, walking around carrying rifles. We were pilots, damn it. Friendly fire will probably kill us. You know things are desperate when the guards that used to lock us into solitary are now telling us it's better we all stick together. I guess they think our odds of surviving this war are better that way. After walking for miles across the battlefield, we came across the wreckage of a plane.
Pa je i ovi avion, druže.
Passenger, not military. I knew that rose. It was an Erusian liaison plane. The guard's dogs smelled something and took off. They led us to a cliff. And the bodies.
Today, I lost everything. When Osea attacked our capital, my father, a man who was never really suited to being the king,
Rozeanska princeza, brate.
I was to be flown out of the war zone to safety, but the plane was shot down by rebels. The entire crew was killed in the crash. Soldiers appeared and one shot at me. My dog went after him and I shot him to pieces. He was my best friend. After all those speeches I gave about working together for peace, I thought everyone felt the same as I did. I'm sure the soldier who shot at me knew I was the princess of Erusia. He was Erusian too. More soldiers have come. Now, there is no one left to protect me. I am so numb, I cannot move. I watch as one of their dogs approaches. It sniffs mournfully at my dead friend. I wonder if it grieves for him as much as I do. I can barely think. I feel weaker by the minute. I don't know who these soldiers are with, but I managed to take a sip of the water they gave me.
That's exactly what I'm gonna do.
How long have you been here?
Somehow, I muster the courage to answer the woman's question. I tell her I've been there 3 days. They gather around me with grim looks on their faces. What would they do if they knew I was the Erusian princess? After searching the cockpit of the plane, the woman who spoke to me before came back to me.
This is an air-to-ground tactical radio. It still works!
I noticed she walked with a limp. She knelt down next to me and asked her companions to give me some food. And then, very softly, she said,
You see, I used to listen to your broadcasts, Your Royal Highness.
Just what did you see here?
Okay, enough talk. Your opinions have all been taken into consideration. Beyond the seizure of Forbanti, which is important, and supporting the Erusian officers. At this point, I just don't know what our strategy is, or what our mission will be. Radio communication is still patchy for both the military and civilians, so we're getting zip from Mission Command about our orders. Still, with countless Erusian forces in the area, it's too dangerous for us to stay around here waiting for a miracle. Now, regarding Count's suggestion to think about self-defense, I think we should make a break for Tyler Island. It was a large Osean base before the start of the war. Count says his previous squadron took part in an operation to seize control of the island. It has the only base that will get us to the space elevator without refueling. It's also a transport facility for supply ships that provide drones and ammo for arsenal birds. For the Osean forces that are looking to reclaim the space elevator, those are two great reasons in its favor. If everything went according to plan, the base may already be in Allied hands when we get there. Though based on what Count told me about the island operation, it won't be easy to seize control.
If the ground troops have managed to open the bridgehead, the transport route to Osea for supply ships should be available.
With so much at stake, I can't imagine Erusia just giving it up without a fight. Things could really have gone bad.
Even if there are enemies left, they should be pretty easy to suppress.
I just want to go home, man.
Me too.
With that look on your face, Trigger, I know exactly what you want to do.
If Trigger's ready to kick ass, then so am I.
Damn straight. We're with you, Trigger.
It's decided then. Let's get all the aircraft and haul ass to Tyler Island. Although we can avoid the Arsenal Bird's anti-air network, there's still remnants from the Erusian forces. I want to get to the island without getting into any unnecessary combat. Pick a fast craft and fix it how you want. Pack for a long trip, but remember, if you drag your ass, you'll get left behind.
Ne piše koliko čega ima, to mi se ne sviđa ni malo. A ništa, multi-roll onda. Ja bi čak ovaj nastavio sa migom jer nisam siguran što će nas čekat tamo. Imaš ti koji savjet? Da odemo sa migom ili s nečim drugim? Su-57, maybe sad, ali Su-57 ima cruise missile na sebi. To je single target. Mislim, ima dosta velik radijus eksplozija, ali... Ej, zrak, zrak i zemlja, zrak, to bi trebalo. Sada, jer nisam siguran šta će nas čekat na bazi. Raptor. A ne znam šta se nudi za Raptora, da vidim, čekaj. Advanced small diameter bomb. Možemo ovo uzeti. Ajde, uzet ćemo Raptora. Pa da vidimo. Imamo sad i air to ground i air to air, tako da valjda bi sad trebalo biti ok. Čiji su ovo? Naš. Neka me lokona. Odakle? Aha. I šta ih je osura? Ovo su ovi ultranacionalisti, radikali, brate, vidi ih. Oni imaju sutra s petice. Opa. Opa. I sad čije ovdje, jebem ti ima unknowna dosta. Ovo su sve njihovi, brate. O, ime nereda, brate. Napravili su da se otvara poklopac od mašinke kad pucaš, viš. Odlično, vrat. Detalji. Ovime koji dođe. Sve kao sa raketu izbjega stari. Imaju dronove momci, jeli? Nećemo tako se igrati. Previše ih je Bog te mazo. Mater vam jebem. Ima još puno flerova, to nije dobro. Dobro je da si mi rekao za Raptora, brate, ne bi ovo izvuka s drugim. Ima ih previše, Bog te mazu. Fuck, ovo su naši, jebem ti. Sorry, jebote, ne vidim, nemamo radar, nemamo ništa. Šta misi, jebem ti, materu. Neko me na guzici non stop, evo ih. Ovo su 35-ice, bogati. Ne bi ga Bog uvatio.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Jel ovi uzliječ ili u zraku već, ne vidim ga.
Missile. 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 Stall warning.
Diga ga je Cyclops 1, nice, good shot. A ne, nije, jebem ti mate. Bombers? Oh, fuck. Bombarderi dolaze njihovi.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Let me slide in on this dude.
All systems ready. Confirm launch readiness. This is our last chance for operation leading time. Launch control, roger that.
Missile.
Only half the bombers remain. We can't let everyone get away.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
Missile. Missile.
All enemy bombers have been destroyed. We did it.
Missile.
Continue with your mission.
Gather all the wounded together.
Caution.
Strider 1, target destroyed.
Call it friendly burst. Hostiles in our area.
Missile.
Get us out of this hellhole. We need help while it's still up and running. Put in the landing craft. Fire at will. We need oil. Many thanks, Longcaster. We didn't have to leave our boys to die.
Understood.
Three strikes, count three, and the enemy's gone.
Destroyed. Let's get out of here.
Enemy position. Let's get moving. Hit the gas and don't let up until we reach the extraction point. I don't want to see anyone. Hostile or friendly. Greg, but will we make it in time?
The landing ship is waiting for you.
Right. Leave the wounded. Here's the one-way ticket to hell. I'm sure we're here already.
Do the countdown. There's still a Arsenal left. If we can keep the bomb, Russia will have a fighting chance. Use cameras to track the supply ships.
To je to.
Back to the supply ship. If you take, we're done for.
Caution. Pull up.
Su ovo naši ovdje. Dobar.
We'll come back to this island one day and send them off properly.
It's the Ocean military.
Don't they know they're on the same side?
We're firing at each other. This is AFAX Stormcaster. We're uploading the latest ID data. Check your TAC terminal.
Missile.
Bog te, nemoj me jeba da me pogodio.
You guys got out alive. You have time to figure it out.
Hey, you. Dumbass with the scratches on his tail. You hear me? I need you to help some people. There's a group of refugees surrounded by Russian tanks right here.
This is a secure military line. Who is this?
Longcaster, she's an ally. Trigger 911
Jebem ti oblake. O, F-35. Mantis.
Count me in.
That's right.
Ali ne bi ga trebalo biti teško pogoditi.
Mission complete. Okay, Scrap Queen. Send us the target coordinates.
Got him. Šta rade oni na vidu?
Lancaster, we confirmed the location of the
Aha.
flare.
That's them. All aircraft, we just updated your threat matrix via data link. Take out those targets. Don't miss. Don't want to hit the pretty ladies now. Hurry. Fire.
Nema više flerova jebenih. Ah! Bog te maza, dragi. Ovo je ko ptica, brate, lagano. Za voziti.
Yeah, that is valuable information.
That doesn't sound good.
But can it be trusted?
Not sure. Heard it from a man who said he wanted to atone for his sins. Up to you to trust him or not.
Understood. Good luck.
Releasing safety. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Launch. 1, 2, 3.
This is not good.
Mass driver is accelerating.
The supply ships have been launched from the mass driver. If the supply ships make it to the Arsenal bird, they'll be able to resupply.
Yeah, that's not happening on my watch.
New weaponry that we don't even know about. We have no choice but to take down the supply ships before they can get within the Arsenal bird's air defense network. You've got to hurry or you're not going to make it. High alert. We got bandits incoming on radar. You're going to have to forget about them for now. Focus on destroying that supply ship first.
Let the supply ship get too far away, then we'll be able to catch it. Target's using cloud cover to hide itself.
Pogodio me grom, jebem ti mater. I još imaju EMP-ove jebene. Uj, jak je vitar, vidiš šta me nosi, brate.
This thing had any windows, we could have seen it for ourselves. Nice work, team.
Ja. Koja bolesna scena, vraj.
Who's the girl that ran at the tanks with the smoke canister? A few more crazies like her and life down there may have been
Kako su oblake dobro napravili, stvar.
What do you think would have happened to those refugees if you hadn't intervened? The princess saw what happened. They were little kids.
That's why I like the sky. You don't have to see those types of things.
Does this mean we're that much closer to ending the war?
No, we just basically prevented it from going on forever.
Count's right. We have no choice but to return to our original base. Our base that is nearly out of food and fuel. We need to do something.
Odlično, odlično, brate. Jebe majke, ovi Raptor, brate. Laganje ko pero, stari. Bar imam takav dojam.
Good. Take a seat. Everyone's here. All right. Good work in sinking the supply ships. Not to mention saving the refugees. However, we're in no position to start celebrating. Even the commander here is starting to fray from the stress. Can't say I blame him. Now, Tyler Island is in a state of complete anarchy. This base isn't... The faces you see around you are the only friends we...
Aha, ako shoot downaš
We
određen
found
avion,
a boat,
dobiješ skin, ja
then
mislim.
sailed away from the island. We had to. We didn't belong there. The new guy's name was George. I noticed when the anarchist said his name, he said it with a thick Balkan accent. How did you know that he was from Belka?
Well, both my parents were from Belka, so...
You never told me that. They say that Belkans are known for their conspiracies.
Belka je
That's just a
Njemačka.
stereotype. Now, I simply stated my honest opinion and was thrown in jail for it.
The princess sat there looking miserable. That was a dumbass stunt she pulled back there, but it got us on this boat.
Kako dobro, brate, ruzejanska princeza u jaketi od ose.
Take a look at that. This ship is heading for a single rope that's hanging down from the sky. Do you know how far the end of that rope reaches?
Outer space.
No. It is a direct connection to the very potential of mankind itself. Or at least it was until war erupted.
Inače, to dizalo, taj lift je u biti simbol mira bija između Ruze i Ose. No?
The rope might be connected to a very distant, faraway source of great conflict and strife. Even long before the war, the whole world started falling apart once Harling began trying to build it. I often wonder what was going through Harling's mind when he was trying to destroy the very thing that so many people were sacrificed in order to create.
Sacrificed? What do you mean?
Have you seen all of those countless old space shuttles on Tyler Island that are no longer in use?
Yeah. I always thought of them as a good source of scrap. They're an obsolete technology that was abandoned during the construction of the space elevator. Which would mean that if the space elevator was destroyed, it would be that much harder for mankind to reach the stars. Until we find another way.
But even then, Harling still went ahead and tried to destroy it. At the cost of his own life.
That's not the way I heard it. What I heard was that he sacrificed himself to protect the tower from an incoming missile.
Oh, I was told he tried to fly his ship into the tower in order to destroy it.
I wonder which story is true, Your Royal Highness.
I don't know. Looking at it objectively, it's reasonable to believe that Harling had both options before him.
When it comes to which one you think he took, I guess it's like a mirror.
Yes, it is. It's like a mirror looking into your own soul, based on whichever choice you believe it was. At the moment, though, I can only see darkness. I think that thing should be destroyed.
time for the briefing. Although, since we don't have any contact with HQ, it's not like this is an official mission. Anyway, it looks like the seizure of Tyler Island and the relief from Osea have been postponed. In the meantime, we just have to do what we can to survive. Since losing its capital city of Ferbanti, Erusian forces have separated into smaller, autonomous factions. It looks like Erusia's largest force and leading faction will pass through the area around this base. The space elevator is significant to them, so they're probably heading there.
Should we intercept?
Why? I doubt they're gonna start a fight now.
Our top priority should be to get home. Let's go already.
Yeah. It's not like we have the supplies, power, or even a real reason to put up a fight. But what are we going to do if they bring the fight to us? We need to be ready to push them back. If we head inland from here towards Erusia, there's an old castle that's been converted into a stockpiling base. Shalaji Castle. It's currently occupied by some of the Erusian forces that broke off, but we need ammo and fuel. They appear to have converted a freeway into a runway, so we can expect them to have the capacity for air combat. But they'll be easier to handle than Erusia's lead faction. While we can't use all our aircraft to attack, the transport carrying the stolen supplies needs support. Okay, Strider Squadron. You head out first and neuter the dogs at the stockpiling base. Rendezvous with Cyclops Squadron, who will bring the transport. Then we bring the supplies back to this base.
Got it.
Aircraft are our only threat.
Sounds good.
We'll make it. We're all gonna fly home. Together.
Yes, we will. Kaže, mission objective: capture Shalaji Castle and the surrounding area. Ground targets. Say no more. Ground target, kaže. Šta ima Raptor pametnoga? XSDB. Pa ja bi čak i to uzeo, jebote. Ajde, jebeš u mater. Imat ćemo capability air to air i air to ground.
Strider Squadron, aircraft prep complete. You're cleared to taxi.
Hell yeah, bitch.
No Ocean forces are in the region ahead. No allies here. No need to ID your target.
Aha. Svi su neprijatelji ovdje.
We've set a number of priority targets, focusing on their anti-aircraft weaponry. Okay, team.
Caution.
Fuck you.
So, we capture this base and take the fuel.
You take if you want to live. That's how it was where I grew up.
I was just double-checking mission orders, Hushin. Vehicles along the road. They don't appear to be military. Refugees must be fleeing since the conflict wars. Talking about they already know on us. It's confused. I know.
Znači, čistunku radimo.
So what's this faction split from the Erusian military? The autonomous state of Shalaji used to be a nation. The region has always leaned towards independence. Those who want to restore their homelands want to. The work consists of officers from Bosnich, which neighbor Shalaji. We're not our friends. The resistance is strong.
Ovi Raptor je prejak, jebote. Baš je prejak. Isuse i Mario, što sam ja sad izvuk.
Coming up on the castle. Let's hurry up and capture this base so we can get its fuel and supplies. Shit!
I feel like we're a group of burglars.
Don't say that. This is for our survival.
Yeah,
Missile.
I know.
Missile.
Shellacking castle.
O, YF-23. Dobro.
Interceptors are in the air.
Takeoff speed inside the tunnel is insane.
Ooh, Soul Squad, what the fuck? What are these guys doing here?
This is the OCM long-range strategic strike. Land immediately and hand over your fleet to
Missile.
Što ne uzme air to air sada, jebe mu. O, evo i njega jebote. X02. Kako smo došli face to face bili sada. Ovo počeo dimiti ili se meni čini? Moram ga postolat non stop i Himmelmana izvoditi. Opa, ajde. Splash one, pa ajdo. Evo ga, pada.
Is this a message to Trigger? What does it mean?
I don't think this war is over just because we shot down Mr. X. Yeah, it's gonna take something else entirely to end this thing. I just don't know what.
Mr. X neutralized. Oša Mihaj doma.
The resupply went well. We should be okay on food and fuel reserves for a little
Još smo im ukrali ovaj resurs.
Luckily, the rumor that the Erusian army is advancing nearby is only a rumor. There's no sign of them from the skies. Rumors, rumors, rumors. This is what happens when you lose communication.
Istina.
But we got one good fact. The plane Trigger shot down was an advanced model of the X-02 Wyvern.
Wyvern se zove, tako je, X-02.
Erusia had a lot up their sleeves. Apparently, they were even supposed to have Belkin aircraft back in the First War. What if Trigger couldn't shoot it down? Just thinking about it gives me chills. We're lucky to be here. In war, you never know what's lurking behind the curtains. But it looks like everything's loose now. A solid chain of command, rest periods after sorties, a battlefield where you know friend from foe. All of that's gone now, lost in a fog of confusion. Feels like a distant dream. Now, just how the hell are we gonna get out of this mess?
Getting the job done. Vrh.
When we got to the mainland, we found the space elevator's support facility. I guess this was the factory where they built the gigantic structure the elevator traveled in. There was this little girl sitting in front of a mural. When the princess saw her, she shuddered like she'd seen a ghost. The girl had a stuffed animal. This was the day after the shit went down at Tyler Island. She walked right up to the princess, took her hand, and led her into the factory. One thing's for sure, they knew each other. The factory'd been converted to a production line for Erusian drones. It was fully automated and chugging along, making drone after drone after drone. Once they got inside, the princess stopped and just stood there. Another girl was there with a man in a lab coat. He was trying to use his keyboard, but she wouldn't let him. She took a data chip and threw it on the ground. Then she walked over to us and took the gun from the prison guard's holster. She pulled the trigger and destroyed the chip. Later, I found out that the girl with the gun and the one with the stuffed animal were sisters.
To su unuke od
They were
Mihaja.
also the granddaughters of Mihai A. Shalaji, the legendary pilot. Gramps used to talk about him. He said Mihai was the top ace from 2 wars ago. Know any Belkans? Because this guy was a Belkan, and they love to stir shit up. Pitting nations against other nations is a particular favorite of theirs, along with developing hyper-advanced technology.
That's right. I'm Belkan, born and raised. My country is gone now. Rather than surrender to its enemy, Belka detonated 7 nuclear weapons on its own soil.
Belka umjesto da se predala prije, kaže prije su se raznili nuklearnim bombama, 7 nuklearnih bomba, nego da se predaju.
The theory was that through war we could achieve our destiny and our revenge. I had just finished inputting Mihai's data when his granddaughter came in. She destroyed the only copy I had of the information I squeezed out of him. The girl loved Mihai. No one knew more than her just how hard I pushed her grandfather for that data, how much I made him sacrifice in the process. I promised his granddaughters that his efforts were not in vain, that it could end this terrible war. But in the end, it only caused more chaos and despair. We were responsible for all this damage, all this tragedy. Now, we were going to pay for it. The Erusians, once our allies, would see to that. I had lost the drive to continue my work, even before I noticed Mihai's granddaughters eyeing me with suspicion that one day. I should have stopped then, for all our sakes.
Kume moj, sad, šta si jebo si.
Mihai's granddaughter tossed the gun aside. She said if she resorted to killing, she'd just end up like the rest of us. And by us, she meant everyone, including the princess. Like me, the princess was afraid to look into the girl's eyes. She knew that by encouraging her people, she kept the war going. Mihai and his granddaughter were victims of it. And now, they too were paying the price.
Is this for Belka? Or for Erusia? My grandfather had only one wish, to continue soaring through the endless skies. That was the only place where he felt alive. But I don't even have a country to call home, let alone the sky. The Black Forest, the lake, they are no longer mine. Even though those lands were once cherished by my late mother. We have to learn to put that sense of nostalgia behind us and behave like mature adults.
My homeland. She's right. It feels so far away now. The woman with the rifle approached me. She was focused on more pressing issues.
I checked the computer. All of the data on the legendary ace had already been installed.
No, I pulled it before it was completed. However, there are 2 aircraft that are already scheduled to be manufactured based on that data.
We must destroy the factory.
This isn't the only one. There are more facilities just like it, and the 2 planes containing the data will be manufactured at one of those facilities.
So, this place runs on solar power that the space elevator generates, right? How about the others? We can destroy the space elevator and cut the power to them. First things first, let's take this one out.
I'll show you which locations to target.
I stood there, thinking about that mural by the factory's entrance. Harling commissioned it to be painted. I realized that in the background, behind the dancing figures, the artist had painted several space elevators. I understand now. The space elevator wasn't designed to exploit Erusia after all.
Good. And afterwards, we'll bring down the space elevator itself. No matter why it was built, right now, it's the root of this chaos.
I wonder.
Yes?
I wonder which path you would choose when looking at Harling's mirror.
Lichtenhaus.
Let's get the briefing started.
We've done enough air operations. Just let us go home.
There's no path for us to get home. Whatever direction you fly, it'll be right into a hail of enemy fire. Earlier, we received a communication via the partially restored general network. Here is what it contained. Apparently, the Erusian radicals have gathered around the space elevator, as it's a source of energy. Give the warmongers a powerful energy source, and you give them the luxury to keep on fighting. In response to this, people from both Osea and Erusia have joined forces, and will take down the final arsenal bird in a saturation.
Jeruzija je s nama sada.
Once that's achieved, they'll take the space elevator from the aggressors.
Has the source been verified?
It could be fake. I hear you, but take a look at what's written at the end. Hey, dumbass. If you want to bring the world back from the brink, go to the lighthouse. You can see the future there.
Hey, dumbass.
Dumbass? Sounds familiar.
It certainly does. It's from those guys we met in Thailand.
444. zatvor.
It's a message. For all
Zatvorenic.
those looking to end the war. But I also think
It's the
a
message for Trigger.
Guess we'll do what it says.
Okay. Well then, I'm thinking we go roast that damn bird.
Looks like we're all on the same page. It's time to end this war. Time to fly, guys. Let's go get that arsenal bird.
It is time to take down the arsenal bird, but I think da će arsenal bird još živjeti jedan dan duže. Tu ćemo stati za večeras. Taman onda idući live stignem završiti. Dobre, braćo. To je to od mene for this, odnosno ovo je drugi stream danas. Onaj prvi, nažalost, je mora biti prekinut zbog nestanka interneta. Šta je tu je, jebi ga. Ljudovi, hvala svima što ste prisustvovali večeras na streamovima. Ja vam želim ugodan ostatak večeri. Uživajte mi, vidimo se onda večeras u završnom dijelu Ace, Combata. To bi bilo to. Yo guys, have a good one. Uživajte, pozdrav.